When a show has to resort to queer baiting and nudity, you know that's when they run out of plot ideas. Like, that's when you know. Hey guys, I'm Kaisma. Welcome to my channel. Today we'll be recapping episodes 9 through 10, maybe 11 of The Perfect Match. If you haven't seen my other recaps, please go watch them and you can come back, pause, I won't be mad. Yeah, and then we can get back to where we left off. Okay, the most important thing you know at this point, okay? Dom is in love with Georgia, but he was loving Francesca, so we don't trust Dom's opinions anymore. Chloe ended up with Michael, but Michael, who's a virgin, doesn't really care about Chloe, but said he liked Chloe, but then like Chloe left Shane for him, and then like now Michael's like, you know what, I'm sorry, I came here to like date people and explore, and like it's just not you. So basically Michael's like, you're done, Chloe, you're basic, it's over. But they happen to have won one of the challenges, so we're gonna see Chloe ends up being able to select a person. Maybe it's Shane, maybe it's not. It's definitely Shane. We have a whole weird scene where we open up where for some freaking reason Damien decides to strip nude, jump into the pool, bare ass, ball, like everything out. And you know who jumps after them? I will give you one guess. It was a female. Guess what female decides to jump in after him? Did you say Carousel? Yes, you're correct. It was Carousel. And then multiple people tend to do this after. No big. They just do it. And while everyone's in the pool, having a good time, drunk off their butt, Francesca ends up kissing Abby because Abby and Francesca are now matched, which I'm really happy that they showed this in the show, or like we're like, oh, okay, like you could be matched with someone who wasn't your same sex. And I wish more shows were open to that. There's one season of Are You the One, which I do want to go watch and review at some point, where everyone was bi, and I feel like that added a lot of interesting dynamics to show that your partner could be anyone, and that's how it really should be treated. And I just really like the representation of someone who identifies as queer. Francesca and Carousel are making out because they're just best bi gay gal pals, like out in the real world. They're just making out, having a good time, feeling their vibes, and Abby's just like, what the fuck?
This isn't a frat house where you can, whatever. And like I want to be able to trust you.
I think she's being gaslit at this point because Francesca's like, I don't get what's a big deal. That's like my girl. Like we do this all the time. And like Abby's just like, but like we're in a relationship, so why would you just like I don't get it. Like why would you just be making out with her? Like,
oh yeah, we do that sometimes.
See, I don't like that.
And Francesca's like, I don't get what the big deal about it is.
But there's no like romantic anything between her and I, obviously. Like we're just friends. Like
that's just to me not a great sign.
Ma'am, it's not the show. It's not the show. It's not the vibe. It's not the point. So you're just gonna be coming out here doing that. Like I'm on Abby's side definitely here, and I don't think this was a good show for Francesca, like a compatibility quiz. And Francesca's like, I want to be in an open relationship. That's fine. That's fair. But you have to let the person that you're talking to know that you're wanting an open relationship. I don't think it's fair just to assume that someone knows that.
Do you want to put somebody else in?
Yeah.
Chloe, like I said, Chloe and Michael win their competition. So they end up bringing up, Chloe chooses a pair for herself. She's like, wait, you said you don't want me. I want someone, so I'm bringing back Shane. Shane had a whole hissy fit last time when he left because Chloe chose Michael over him, but like now they're just vibing, so I'm like, cool, you guys will end up together. I don't know if you guys can deal with his issues because he's very so soon out of his relationship from Love is Blind, because like again, timing. So I think it plays a lot into like where people are emotionally when they came on this season. Another couple is going to be Bartise and Diamond. I like Diamond a lot from her season Love is Blind. I'm not a fan of Bartise. If you watch my Love is Blind reviews, I'm not a fan of Bartise. So we went to the same college, like just no, like I'm just not a fan of Bartise. I've mentioned it. You can watch my review of Love is Blind, his season up here. Not a fan. We're both in fraternities our life. Just no. I've heard things like, but yeah, anyway. So no.
Take a seat there in the purple one. I think I'm gonna put these on. Oh, right into it.
And like my thing here is like, why does everyone assume that a black pair has to be together? Like why is that automatically the assumption that like you're black, she's black, you guys have to fit? And I think it goes back to the idea that like people of the similar race have similar cultural and identification backgrounds, and like I'm sure, okay, fine, But like, it's not like a dumb, I don't like automatically relate to every black person. I mean, I don't. And so I think it's kind of crazy that dating shows work on this assumption. Will is shooting a shot with Francesca because everyone is shooting their shot with Francesca. Every man in the show just thinks that him and Francesca are just some like missed love connection.
Perfect match for me in this household. That is absolutely where I stand with you.
And I'm like, no, you're not some missed love connection. She doesn't like you. She doesn't like you. She doesn't like any of you. So like, calm the freak down, because like, it's not that. But hey, there's like some level of conceited that you have to do to go on a reality dating show. And there's an actual level of conceited thinking that you can get a woman like Francesca. You cannot. A, because she's taken, but B, because you're you and you suck. Inez is still in the house. She has this moment where she was like kind of upset with Bartise before, because like Bartise dumped her multiple times. But Inez has also been switching guys every episode because like she hasn't built those connections. I talk more about like how I feel like Inez relates to relationships and dating. So I don't think this is a good show for her.
I literally took the assignment for what it is. Match with people, unmatch with them if it's not working, and this is what I did.
But she decides to just leave. She's like, no one's here for me. I've like given it a shot and it's just not it. Like, I tried to shoot my shot with Dom and it's not for me. And I'm like, cool, thank you, girl. Like, that's fine, that's impressive. Like, just know yourself. Just know yourself. Everyone pretty much stays the same. Only couples that recouple are going to be Chloe is now with Shane. Like I mentioned, like we all knew. Abby and Bartise, don't know how that happened. I'm guessing honestly Diamond was just black and not tiny, and why I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. Like, if that's not what it was, sure. Francesca and Damien get back together. Why? Don't know. That's how we end episode 8. Going into episode 9, they do a compatibility quiz between each couple, which I think is really good. I'm really happy that they did this because like they asked them like really good questions. They asked, is someone interested in having an open marriage or relationship? We learn about like how often a couple wants to have sex. For Dom and Georgia, if you want more than 3 times a week, Georgia's like, yeah, of course, who wouldn't? And Dom's like, nope. And I'm like, okay.
4 times in 1 week, that's not that much.
Oh my God. And this is interesting because the episode opens up with Georgia being like, I haven't like touched. I'm not saying you have to be sexual on these shows. Like, you can do whatever your own pace, like whatever floats your boat or not floats your boat. Like, it's fine. We're accepting people here. But it's very interesting to have like a couple being like that, like on different pages about that kind of thing, you know. Of course, Joe and Carousel are the winning couple because again, they've known each other for so freaking long. The bottom 2 are our guesses who doesn't know each other that great.
In last place is Bartise and Abby. In 4th place is Damien and Francesca.
Abby and Bartise. And then we have Francesca and Damien, which is really fascinating because they've really been friends for a while, but like, how could you not know any of these questions about her? Like, and I think it's just so interesting how one-sided heterosexual friendships can be, because like the fact that they just never discuss any of these things. I guess you wouldn't like talk about these things, but it's like really weird, really fascinating. And all of the couples after this basically go through like, oh, how are we compatible? And like, let's be real about our relationship. Abby and Bartise realize that they haven't talked much about anything. I'm like, yeah. Damien and Francesca also start talking about like, do we not talk a lot? Maybe you don't. Like, let's think and like, let's be real about ourselves, you know? Since Joey and Carousel have won the match this week, they, like I said, they're really big on pairing people who have an opportunity to be a actual couple. And they end up matching. They don't believe in Bartise and Abby as a couple because, yeah, maybe you shouldn't. I feel like they're very both big, like strong-willed people, and I could have told you from the jump it would not work out well. So they end up pairing Abby with Nick from the circle early on. The date's fine. I think there's some chemistry there, and they end up matching Bartise with Elsie because they're both in Love is Blind because they both wanted marriage. Again, not convinced that everyone who goes in Love show is open for marriage. You know, the only show I'm convinced people are actually looking for marriage, Married at First Sight, because they actually have to get married, and 90 Day Fiance. Those are the only shows I'm like, yeah, people are where to get married today. Both of these dates go fine, like, but they don't go anywhere. Like, no one's leaving their match. Abby and Bartise still remain coupled at the end of the episode.
I went on a great date with LC, but I was thinking about Abby the whole time.
If episode 10 had a Friends style title, it'd be called The One Where There Is Just Mess. Shane is being a little man-child because he's upset that Chloe left him for someone else. And I'm like, that is the point of the show, sir. It's like whenever I watch The Bachelor, I'm like, you guys know what show you're on. I'm sorry. The whole point of the show is to explore relationships. If you cannot handle that, this is not the best show for you. Do not apply. Do not pass go.
No, I'm not gonna say that. I wasn't a shit person that night.
No offense, you were definitely a shit person.
Check yourself out, sweetie. Like, just don't deal with it. It's not that complicated. Abby and Bartiz have like a little moment because like there's cameras in all the bedrooms. But they don't show everything. But for some reason they show Bartiz and Abby, and you can always a little bit canoodling under the covers. And Abby's like, "I'm a good girl," and Bartiz, she's like eh, and she's like, "There's cameras." Oh, you know. And it's like, sir, please do not pressure her in an environment where she feels uncomfortable. Please don't. Everyone comes back. So we have Inez is back. Anna Sophia is back. Our girl Savannah is back. It's the final day before the match. So basically it's trying to see if like, will any of these sexy hot singles be able to like ruin any matches? And will someone want to choose to rematch with someone else versus continue with their current match when they go into the final match? So the final match is basically like how they do in Love Island, where people pick whoever they think is the first perfect match pair. Francesca says a super fun little snide remark to Damien, who I don't know what she doesn't like. And she's like, you better not talk to Savannah. And I'm like, you're really trying hard to make this a whole big thing. She was just like shooting her shot at your man, and like, I'm sorry you have competition. I think that's the whole thing, is that like she was just upset at having any competition because she has none. Literally, Francesca has no competition the whole entire show except for Savannah. Like I said, this episode is chaos. We have Savannah talking to Damien. We have Savannah talking to Bartiz. Savannah's like, yeah, I used to go with people who look different than you. So like Savannah is shutting Bartiz down. I'm like, yes, queen, girl, let's go. Izzy and Bartiz talk. Izzy's like, yeah, I showed him how I liked him, but like he rejected me for Abby. And I'm like, my ears are perking up because I know Bartiz isn't super happy with Abby at this point. So he's probably just wants a way out. And like Izzy is back, so I'm sure he's gonna kick Abby to the curb. Why? That's just what he does. Again, a new girl every show. He's like, Izzy and I are communicating, we're having difficult conversations. She was like, I thought she'd be here for Guns A-Blazing, and screw you, I don't want to talk, but we're talking, we're communicating, and like, she's cute. But I'm like, she lives in a different country. So how's this actually gonna work? So Diamond's talking to Damien, Chase is talking to Francesca. Chase is like, I wish I had shot my shot earlier. And Francesca's like, ew, no. Damien pulls Francesca aside and is like, hey, I want you to be my girlfriend. Francesca's like, laughs. It's like, wait, sit down next to me. Really? And he's like, yeah, I thought we were there. And she was like, we are not compatible at all. We have different things. I just don't see that happening. And she's smiling a lot. And I'm like,
And tonight, I want to ask you to be my girlfriend.
I don't know if we would work outside of this house.
what do you think was going to happen? What do you think was going to happen, man? What did you think was going to happen? So she shuts him down. Now Damien is single. And Francesca exits the villa. And which is a surprise to us all. Because I'm sure we thought Francesca would at least go to the match. But Francesca's like, no one's here for me at this point. So let's go. Bartiz is on the fence. So he has a conversation with Abby, which does not go great.
We've had the same conversation where it was like, we're good, we're fine,
everything
good. Is good. And now you're saying, maybe not. Do you see why that would take me off guard?
Your head's not in the fucking game anymore with me. Your head is upset that I would talk to other girls. Your head is upset that we flirt. Your head is upset that I wavered.
I don't
Guess
care.
what you said.
I'm saying you came to me and you were like, I'm not sure.
He's like trying to put her down a bit and kind of make it her fault or her reason why it isn't working out. And he's like, yeah, because you're so interested in what your parents and your siblings. And I'm like, that's her right. That's literally her right to be concerned with how she's portrayed on globally wild television. Like millions and millions of people are watching this show. I wouldn't be surprised if it was hundreds of millions. That'd be absurd. But like people watching this stuff globally. And for him to say that shit was just like not cool. Not okay.
You're gonna look like such a dick. I just want you to know that.
And that's where we end episode 11. I know, a bit of a cliffhanger, guys. I'm sorry, I apologize. I don't want to leave you hanging like that. So please like, subscribe. Let me know in your comments down below. What did you think of like the mismatched, like hectic energy I think that we got from episodes 9 through 11? It was very hectic in my opinion. All right, please like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time, maybe like in a week or two. I'm trying to get this next video, not this video out, but like this video's gonna come out this week. You're gonna see this week. But I'm gonna like my final thoughts on the perfect match, ideally before Love is Blind season 4 comes out. That's like my goal. That'll be a lot of videos for me in a month, but like, hey, I'm trying to do it. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys. This one should be maybe a little longer.